My name is Amanda Thomas, and this is my Bulldog Story. The main reason I came to Ferris was for the pharmacy program because it is very well known. But living in Mesick, which was only an hour away, was a great perk. So I was just far enough where I was away from home and living on my own, but I was still close enough that I can see my parents pretty much whenever I want. Growing up in a small town can present a lot of challenges, just because people think that there's not a lot of opportunities that come out of small towns, but I was very fortunate to have a great group of friends, and we had a lot of fun times in high school. We all took dual enrollment classes our senior year, and so we actually had the privilege of having our own classroom in the library, so we made quite the fun time out of high school. So just about a month into my freshman year here at Ferris, my best friend took his own life. And you can prepare as much as you want for college. You can take all the prep courses and you can try to get used to the thought of living away from home, but there's really nothing that can prepare you for losing a friend. So losing Trevor was one of the hardest experiences of my life, but it really shifted my perspective on what life is really meant to be about. And with all of my past leadership experience, I kind of always had the mindset of administration, and sometimes it was hard for me to see the bigger picture. And after losing Trevor, I really tried to focus a lot more on people. And I think that every person has a gift to give the world, and so I try to focus a lot more on that and acknowledge that in people. I've really come to value community, and as much as you say that you're fine living alone and living without relationships, they're needed to feel fulfilled in life. My dad told me once to use the experience as something that I can tuck away in my backpack of life, is what he called it. So I think when bad things happen in our lives, it's so easy to let that consume you. You have to be able to tuck it away, and it's still going to be part of you, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can still find good in it. So as soon as I started school in the fall of my freshman year, I quickly got involved with Standing in the Gap, which is a Christian campus ministry here at Ferris. And I knew the pastor, Jake Davis, through the camp that I used to attend. And he piqued my interest, and it seemed like something I wanted to continue with from my church at home. I think some of the really standout experience I have from GAP is getting to know people that I would have had no connection with if I wouldn't have been in GAP, because I got to meet a lot of people, and some of my best friends now are people that I've met through GAP. I think that Trevor's death is always going to be in the back of my mind, and it's going to shape how I go about life, and it's going to shape how I treat people day to day and in my career.